maybe a little bit darker today because my side light's broken.
Oh,
I'll get one later on.
oh, literally, not metaphorically. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So let's talk about some important women, shall we?
Yeah. Go for it.
Emily Pankhurst,
Mm,
back in 1903,
mm,
she founded the Women's Social Political Union,
yeah.
better known as the Suffragettes,
Yes.
and through her tenacity, changed modern history in the UK.
Yep.
Emily Wilding Davidson even gave her life to the cause, throwing herself under the King's horse in the 1913 Derby horse race.
Yep.
The results from these two ladies, women can now have the vote and other equal rights in British society.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Women determined, changed a little bit of the history.
Yeah. Showed what. Yeah. Showed what could be done with a bit of. Yeah.
Another great lady was Rosa Louise Macaulay. We know her as Rosa Parks.
Mm,
Right? She was an activist in the US for civil rights for black people. Her act of defiance, where she refused to sit on the back seat of a bus because she was black, drew a lot of attention.
mm.
And the result of her actions, equal rights in the US for black people.
Brilliant. Yeah. Real hero.
She
Right?
made a difference.
Yep. So.
Important
Well.
person.
Yeah.
Can't forget her.
Mm,
I was going to include in this list the woman who fled a fascist state country, ran by a tyrant, and made it to the shores of the UK, but of course not by small boat.
mm.
So she could reveal how oppressed her life had become in her home country because of the extreme governance of that state. Of course, I speak of Ellen DeGeneres and her wife, Portia de Rossi,
Oh,
who
right.
they fled from the harsh life in the US and with only the clothes on their backs sought refuge in a stone cottage in the Cotswolds.
Yep.
But now it seems they want to move back to the US, back into the belly of the beast, if you will. And why? Well, she blames it all on the weather. She's complaining that winter is cold.
What so do I?
Something I'm sure, something I'm sure she should have learnt about when she was at kindergarten. She also said that she misses her friends so much for video conference calls over the internet, is what I say.
No.
A glaring question that needs to be asked of this making a rod for your own back statement is, do her friends really want her back in the US? If she says she's going back to see all her friends, do they
Well,
really want her there?
well, okay, this is going to get interesting. Yeah. Yes.
Her wife, Portia de Rossi,
Mm.
is wanting to return to the US to chance her arm again at acting, which is possibly a little closer to the truth of why they're going back.
Mm.
But age 52, the roles will be fewer and far between. She's not a spring chicken at 30 years old anymore.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah.
Right. So, why didn't Degenerate make the cut in the list? The list of the important ladies.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't out of the US long enough to convince me of her convictions.
Mm.
You know, it just seemed like she had a little tantrum, and
Wait, yeah. Off she went. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right.
Ireland first, wasn't it? I think, yeah.
I mean, the US is functioning quite well without her presence. And once she realised how much it costs to heat a 3-bed house in the UK over winter, she hightailed it back to when she came.
Mm.
Did she leave a mark on modern history? Well, I suppose she did, but not in a positive way. She did, with her money, manage to highlight what wokery is all about and what it all stands for, being woke. And just like these sort of people, when it starts to get a little chilly, they give up and go home.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah.
There you are.
Well.
That's my showbiz section done with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I like a little bit of showbiz goss. It's a bit of fun. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, we know too much about our celebrities now, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, okay. I mean, to say Ellen DeGeneres, she was talent. For me, she had talent. Okay.
Never liked him.
Well, okay. I mean, there's a difference between admitting people have talent and liking them. I mean, how many actors or musicians, if we ever met them, would we like? I mean, this is always a thing. Never meet your heroes. Yeah.
I've never met Ellen DeGeneres.
No, that's what I mean. No,
I've only ever seen her on TV,
yeah.
and what I saw wasn't all that hell.
Well, okay. I'm going to say this for a while. Yeah, for a few years, she entertained people. She did her job, and she had plenty of guests on there. Of all sorts of leanings and everything else. And it was always a bit of banter, a bit of fun. A few guests failed, whatever reasons that happens. That happened with Terry Wogan in the UK on chat shows, and it happens it happens with Graham Norton on occasions, and Jonathan Ross and others I could mention. It's just sometimes with the day, or yeah, it's just things don't click. But yeah, overall she entertained. She did let the guests do their thing, but it was an entertainment show. I think she did stop a couple of people going on there for whatever reasons. But okay, it was her thing. She could call the tune. The trouble is, yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of allegations that, yeah, she may have been quite an authoritative manager.
Yep, well, that doesn't surprise me.
Um, I'm going to say this about the people in the media industry: you have to a point, have quite a big ego. Otherwise, you're going to be destroyed. Um, you might not think this. Okay, we're not just talking about people that just go, yeah, with all due respect to you, you used to enjoy playing your gigs, what you were doing. You want big time. You want running a music business as such. I know you ran music production here and things like this. But yeah, they to do what they do, they probably have to, and particularly in Hollywood, everyone's probably a little bit strange to a point. Yeah. To some celebrities get out. Um, I've often felt this. Now, okay, she's a female, she's made it big there. Um, she probably upset a few people. Strangely enough, people who I don't like using this phrase, or on her side, who should be on her side of the fence as well. She managed to annoy for whatever reasons. Um, Running off to the UK was always going to be a strange thing, because you and I are aware of her because of where we live. I think she had some remote shows over in the UK. People did know who she was. She'd been in a few programs and things.
Yes, but she wasn't.
Big league. Yeah.
No, not in the UK.
No.
No, nowhere
Um,
near.
and yeah, obviously her type of humour isn't what us British would consider particularly funny.
Well, it might be that her obnoxious personality helped put a downer on a possible British career.
Well, we don't really like loudmouthed Americans as such in the UK. We've got enough loudmouths of our own to worry about. Um, we entertain some, and then others we dismiss quite quickly. Um, and the Americans are the same with the British, with some British who've gone over there to try their luck over there as well. Um, yeah, she's not a big major star. She made a few. She's probably still got a few dollars in the bank. Just,
Of course,
yeah.
for sure.
Okay, I don't care about her lifestyle. I mean, if she's happy with her girl, her wife,
Wife for wife. Yeah.
a wife.
Let's be
Um,
respectful.
yeah, I respect that. I mean, fair enough. It's not that doesn't bother. That I'd say we're talking about it because she puts it out in the headline. Look at my wife, which again is not really a British thing to do. You do it low key. You happy? You do your thing. I do mine. Yeah. Um, a lot of celebrities like to keep their significant other quiet as well.
Well, the
Normally,
thing is,
yeah,
with the wife, she's a wife's an actress,
yeah,
and she was sort of half famous around about 10, 15 years ago.
yeah.
But
Well,
she's as she's unemployed in the UK,
mm,
then I'm sure that it was degenerate that was banking everything.
yeah.
That would have put a strain on their relationship.
Well, what we forget sometimes, these celebrities, they do still have businesses, even when they're not on screen. They're running businesses, be it they've got portfolios of,
Yeah, but like I
yeah,
said, this lady
yeah,
who's married to, I mean, I know the name Ellen DeGenerate,
yeah.
but I don't know the name De Rossi.
No,
Right.
yeah,
So that will tell you a lot.
yeah. I mean, I could probably go on Tubi or some other and find an obscure film she's been in, and
There you
I,
are. You really search for it.
yeah, and but I'm not really. I say not really bothered. If I see a film I want to watch, I don't often go, "Oh, that star's in it." There's been some like sometimes B films are quite good as well, and that's the point I was going to make.
Well,
Um, yeah, there's been a lot of celebrities in the US who do quite nicely out of B films. They show up, they get $70,000, $80,000 for 3 or 4 weeks' work. Yeah,
yeah,
then
but I don't want to talk. I don't want to dwell on a career of an American
yeah,
actor or
I get that.
actress.
I get that. Yeah,
Um,
it's
it's
what it.
just
Yeah,
it's the personality of the lady
yeah.
that decided she's going to leave the US because it was so bad,
Mm.
and all of a sudden a bit of snow drops on the ground and she wants to go back.
Well, she comes from California. I mean, it snows in Southern California, doesn't it? I think, but yeah. I mean, it's like us. We live here. We like the heat here. Um,
Yes, of course.
yeah, we quite
One of the
enjoy it.
main attractions. You would
Yeah,
have thought she'd have done her homework.
it,
If she wanted to storm off
mm,
and throw her toys out of the pram and
yeah,
storm off, I'm sure she could have chosen somewhere like Italy, for example,
mm.
or Greece or somewhere where it's not so cold. But she wanted to go to the UK. I don't know why.
She probably got. Didn't she have? I think she had family connections that'd be easier. I can't remember the full. I didn't read the. I mean, all I
So, so easy. She's going back to the US.
yeah, yeah.
Perhaps a family connections here disowned her.
Yeah. I mean, to be quite honest, I was showing a client this morning the temperatures in the UK. 2 seconds on Google, it gave me all the months of the year.
That's right.
Yeah, January could be anything between 1 and 3 degrees. Yeah. Um,
Well, I similarly, when I found out about this
yeah,
degenerate going back to
yeah,
the US, I had to have a look at the average temperature in the UK of the
yeah,
year,
yeah.
the average. And the
Yeah, it's
average
okay.
temp, believe it
Yeah,
or not, of the year in the UK is 7 degrees.
yeah, yeah.
Seven
And
degrees. Summers are short and they can go up to 25.
yeah,
The longer it goes to minus degrees.
yeah,
So 7 degrees is your medium.
yeah,
And California, it's something like 12.
yeah. I mean, 12 degrees in the UK, we're putting on t-shirts. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but I'm talking about the year, for the year,
yeah, yeah. The
the
year,
for the
yeah,
year.
yeah,
So in California, it'd be like 30
mm,
degrees, and in the
yeah,
winter, it could drop down to something like 4 or 5,
yeah,
depending on where you are.
yeah,
And then you get your medium for the whole year,
yeah.
the average
That's
for
it.
the
Yeah,
whole
no,
year
fucking, yeah, no, you're
is
saying, yeah.
about 12.
That's what the
You
point
know,
I'm
so,
making here. 12, well, probably 14, 14, 15 degrees. We put t-shirts on, but yeah, if it gets down to 23 here, we start feeling
yeah,
cold now. Yeah.
that's right. On a Cardiff.
Um, yeah, I mean, I was sitting, yeah, when I remember, in what passes as winter, where in the northeast Brazil where we are, I was sitting on my veranda in the winter, 23, and I was shivering. I'm
Yeah,
thinking, God, if I, yeah, I had to. quite literally, I had to go indoors because it was too cold for me outdoors. Yeah. Mind you,
They're
yeah,
difficult to find here in the
yeah,
northeast of Brazil, Mark.
yeah,
But from time to time they are necessary, which is a scarf.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You'll
Well,
never find them in the local shopping centres.
yeah.
But
Well, you can
if you
get them
go on
from
holiday
football.
somewhere,
Yeah.
bring back a scarf.
Yeah, you get some
Scarf.
football. Yeah, get paid a lot of money to get football scarves. But yeah, it's
Today,
a
today it's 30 degrees outside.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you people in the UK who are shivering and all that, get yourself a cheap holiday to northeast Brazil and
Thaw
come and get.
yourselves out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's recommended. I'll obviously leave. Yeah, yeah. We'll give you a warning. Leave your Rolexes and other stuff in your safe in your house in the UK because it might not be there when you get back if you don't. But yeah, yeah, it's yeah to be recommended. But yeah, yeah, getting back to it, yeah, notable women. Yeah, I'm afraid Eleanor DeGeneres isn't a notable woman, female, for me.
Notable for the wrong things, sir. For the wrong things.
Um, well, I didn't wake up this morning thinking about her until you've just mentioned her. Yeah. I'm surprised I know so much about her, and I didn't realize I did. Because yeah, I didn't
I,
watch that.
I, I reckon secretly you're a fan.
I thought she was occasionally funny, but I always thought Whoopi, or used to think Whoopi Goldberg was funny as well. Something's happened to these. Okay, I'm going to use it. Actresses with age, not only her, some other
But
ones
I
I
think
used to respect.
it's exactly it. They've got older.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg, when she was younger,
Mm.
she was a slender, good-looking woman, and now she's just fat and ugly, which is what you get on
Well,
Loose Women.
it's her
Or
personality as well. She's sitting there all bitter and twisted. Okay,
thinking she looks in the mirror.
well, she used to at least be funny in interviews and things. She's lost that, and I don't know. I don't know if she's playing to an image now that she thinks that she should be, or if she's doing it deliberately because she gets gigs.
I, I think, my man, I think it's because she's been discarded
Mm.
because she's fat and ugly, and she
Well, okay.
knows makes one bitter and twisted, especially when one was, the flavour of the month.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean, yeah, she was in every film in the 80s and some of the
there you are.
90s to a point, and absolutely brilliant. You watched it because she watched the film because she was in it and made you laugh,
There
had
you
you
are.
rolling. Um, just the way she uses her facial expressions. I don't recognize the woman who sits. Well, again, in fairness, I don't watch that program. I only see clips of it that Fox or others try to put on, and maybe it gives a bad light. And I'm thinking maybe I should do some more research on her. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to find anything that that grabs me. Well, that was actually quite funny. Yeah, if she sat there and just passed a joke occasionally. But
Well,
yeah.
DeGeneres, she's got a lot to answer for. That's all I can say.